Good morning, traders. So how do we trade the Aussie this morning? So looking at the monthly at the moment, and this picture here is not looking very pretty. But I think the thing that I want to point out here is this sort of upward trend line that we had, which was intact over the last 2 years, is breaking with a vengeance to the downside. So the current monthly bar is quite a big engulfing red bar, and it's also continuation from the previous month. So there could be some momentum still to the downside, and we're just going to have to pay very careful attention to what's going on here. Now, what I want to do is I just want to pick up some levels. So there is the first level. So this inside tail here, you see it kind of interacts with a lot of what's happening to the left. Okay, now we've broken through the previous highs that we had, which was up there, and we are coming back, sort of entering into the lows of last year almost. So if we just, there's a low of last year, and there is the next low. Okay, now the first thing is that we have sort of pierced below this first level of 46,077, and we'll probably find that we've got to 46 here. Okay, so let's just, I think we can look it to there, and then we can have a look on the lower time frames. But if we look at the oscillators at the moment, you can see here we had a yearly crossover up there on the stochastics. Sorry, monthly, not yearly, but we had it there. So the whole year we were rising, and then we grouped, we crossed over, and we've basically been pointing to the downside all this time. Yeah, so trend is down, pretty clear at the moment, although the first couple of months was a bit of a no man's land, but right now we're very much in a downtrend. Now, down to the half hour. First things first, we do have a gap coming up, which is pretty much there. Okay, now again, gap up, like I said yesterday, 800 odd point gap up, and then sideways and a retracement. Okay, now for me at this stage, there's still nothing here to actually to trade at the moment. We have created a couple of gaps, so there's a gap, there's a gap, and these gaps will be visible on the 5 minutes. I don't have the 5 minute charts, I've got the 6 minute chart up, and it doesn't really matter, but you can see one gap there, two gaps there, three gaps, four gaps, five gaps here. So 6 gaps up there. These gaps always full. So they may not full now, but they definitely will fall sometime in the future, especially on the 5 minute charts. Okay, so first things first, Asia is getting a bit of a hiding at the moment. US futures market is also getting a bit of a hiding. We had some poor results yesterday in the US market, and that's kind of driving the market down. But then also China trade wars is also affecting things. We had a pretty good recovery on the rand, but I see the rand's back to where it was. It's 14.36 at the moment, and there's nothing else here. S&P futures is down 0.7%, Nasdaq futures down 0.8%, and good old Tencent is flat at the moment. And the DAX futures is also down 0.9%, almost 1%. So I suspect we're going to get more downside today. And the question is, where are we going to? So first target is going to be this gap at 46,100. Okay, next target is going to be around 45,600. And then we have 44,800. And lastly, 43,800. Okay, so this level here of 45,600 is the next most logical level, which is this previous low here. So we just tidy that up. So this is our next level, 45,676. Should that level give way, there's nothing really to stop it until, well, I suppose there actually is. Let's just put that level in there. So this inside tail here, this is my inside tail, and you can see how a lot of other tails interact with that level. So that is my next most logical level. So a gap down more than likely closes gap. Then we're going to look for 45,670, and then we're looking for 45,070, and more than likely 4,500. Okay, so that's what I suspect is going to happen at the moment. Oscillators are giving us no clues at the moment, all over the place right now. The 1 hour did group at the top and cross over. You can see we gapped up, went sideways, had an engulfing bar here with a crossover. There was an opportunity for a short, but yeah, still not a market I'm interested in at the moment. Okay, so another thing just to point out here is this. Okay, so we've had a bit of a consolidation. We gapped up. We're coming back to test. So I would expect up some sort of a bounce at 46. What's that? 46,100. That would be the most logical thing to see, is price comes down here, gaps down slightly, comes to this level, and then bounces back up again. And most logical, but yeah, after what's going on in this market at the moment, I'm not sure that that's going to play out. The interesting factor here is that we did gap up and create a new high. So the pullback we've experienced so far is pretty deep. So what could be happening here is we could also just be forming a broader range. So if I get rid of that one there, so broader consolidation range here. Alternatively, this was the move down, and this is the pullback. Okay, so let's just have a look at that quickly. So pull back to the 50%, you can see there, and we're bouncing off it again. So I'm almost inclined to believe that we have a second push down coming, which is pretty much going to be down to $44,850. Okay, that's kind of what my take is on this at the moment. I suspect we're going to, there's more downside to come, and we're definitely going to, well, if we break through this fractal here on the 4 hour, which is, let's just say 4,600, then you definitely have downside for 44,850. Okay, that's kind of my take on the Aussie at the moment. But in saying that, I'm not really interested in playing this at the moment. I don't like this picture. It can go either way. So, and I haven't liked most of this downward move because it's down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. There's no real, how do I put it? There's no real, there aren't any real signals that actually impress me, according to my rules anyway. So, if you are still sitting short, congratulations, well done. But when we're moving around 1,000 points, 800 to 1,000 points a day, it just doesn't fill me with much confidence. I think there's a lot of people getting burnt at the moment on this market. And I've been burnt enough in my life that I don't intend getting burnt again. So yeah, I will wait this out still. But yeah, if you are day trading this, I think your levels to watch are definitely the lows of the sort of, what's this, that was Monday, so Thursday and Friday. These are lows of Thursday and Friday. The other way to look at this as well is to say we had a breakout of this range here. Okay, so we've had a breakout of this range, so we should be moving down for the height of the range. And I am working off the daily at the moment, and you can see how this measured move plays out pretty well. Okay, so that's kind of my take on this, and we'll get 1,300 points. So yeah, pretty much expect another 1,000-point move down potentially today. If I look at what's happening on the international markets, highly probable that we get a move to the downside. And what we're waiting for, well, I'm not waiting for anything on this market at the moment. Okay, so let's just, I just want to close off with the ichimoku. I'm starting to do this pretty often now. And the only reason for it is because it gives us sort of a clear view of the trend. So the trend is down, okay? The concerning thing about this trend down is we have a flat Kijun-sen. Okay, so when this red line is flat like this, and the blue line is moving away and starting to round, normally what happens is this thing rounds back and we get moved to the upside. You see it coincides with a cloud here. So trend is still down, although we have a flat Kijun-sen. So when we've got a flat Kijun-sen, typically it's not something that you want to trade. Okay, well, not to the downside anyway. You want to be looking for a reason to get long. Now again, you've got the same on the 4 hour. We've got a flat Kijun-sen and we've got a rounding Tenkan-sen. Okay, nothing else. There's no other signals, but there is some warning bells here on the 4 hour and the daily. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not really keen to trade it. If I just drill down to the hour, and I'm not going to go beyond the hour because that's pretty much it. The trend is down, although we've had a bullish crossover here, and we crossed through price here. So there are some warning bells here as well that the downward move is finished and we're looking for some upward move. But again, you can see how we broke above the cloud here and then immediately came back below. So there's nothing really to read into at the moment. There's just a few warning bells on the higher time frames that we could have something changing here. But if you were just trading ichimoku, the level you'd be watching for would be this fractal level here. So the minute you break below 46, what's that, 46, so 46,050 is that? Yeah, so I would say 4,600. So the minute you break below 4,600, you can get sort of a half hour or an hour close below that. And there's more downside that you can expect. My only concern again, as I pointed out earlier, is that we do have some levels here that we've got to get through. And this is the next level to get through. After that, we've got a measured move that you can target. Okay, anyway, that's my take on this. Expecting more downside. And yeah, but I'm not 100% confident. So I think I'll just, I'm still going to stay out of this market and look for something else to trade, or just take a holiday. Anyway, guys, that's my take on this for today. Hope it helps, and I'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.